Today's topic is C4 cycle. C4 cycle is called as Hutchins-Slack pathway as it is discovered by the famous scientists Marshall Davidson Hatch and Charles Rogers Slack. In these plants, when the carbon dioxide is supplied to the plants, these plants take in this carbon dioxide and convert it into a 4-carbon stable compound called as oxaloacetic acid. Oxaloacetic acid is the firstly formed stable compound which is a 4-carbon compound, and hence the cycle is called as C4 cycle. Now in these C4 plants we see a specialized anatomy in the leaves called as Kranz anatomy. Kranz anatomy means wreath, that is a bouquet. In German, Kranz is a German word which is called as wreath. Wreath means the arrangement of something in the form of a bouquet. We say flowers arranged in the form of a bouquet in a particular pattern. Similarly, in this Kranz anatomy, the chloroplasts that are present will be arranged in the mesophyll cells and in the bundle sheath cells in the form of a wreath. So as we know that the internal structure of any leaf has upper epidermis, lower epidermis, with the mesophyll in the center, and in between there is a bundle sheath that will be having the vascular bundles, xylem and phloem. So the bundle sheath is the sheath that is surrounding the xylem and the phloem cells. So this bundle sheath cells is having specialized chloroplast which are lacking grana in them. Such type of chloroplasts are called as agranal chloroplasts. These are differing with the chloroplast that of the mesophyll cells. So here in this particular region, in the mesophyll cells and in the bundle sheath cells, the chloroplasts are differing with each other and the carbon dioxide fixation occurs here. So how the particular fixation occurs we have to see. Here in this particular Kranz anatomy in the C4 plants, the chloroplasts are dimorphic. That means the chloroplasts present in the mesophyll cells are granal chloroplasts. That means they have grana. And the chloroplasts that are present in the bundle sheath cells are agranal chloroplasts. So these chloroplasts are dimorphic. Now why is this type of anatomy present in the plants? The primary function of this Kranz anatomy is to provide the site for CO2 fixation. Always you saw in the C3 cycle, the carbon dioxide fixation will be done by specialized enzyme called as Rubisco. But the plants that are growing in a carbon dioxide lacking area, that plants Rubisco does not work properly. In order to provide concentration, carbon dioxide concentration for the plants, Rubisco will be present in the bundle sheath cells, and therefore it will be avoiding photorespiration. Because if there is lack of carbon dioxide, the same Rubisco enzyme will fix oxygen, which is called as photorespiration, fixing oxygen in the presence of light. Photorespiration does not occur should not occur, but carbon fixation must occur in the plants for the synthesis of food called glucose. Hence, to avoid photorespiration, these C4 plants will be increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide and giving to the Rubisco enzyme for conversion of carbon dioxide into glucose. These mesophyll and bundle sheath cells are connected by various cytoplasmic strands called as plasmodesmata. So these particular Kranz anatomy is very important for the fixation of carbon dioxide. A layer of suberin is formed in the middle lamella of these mesophyll and bundle sheath cells, which is showing the apoplastic diffusion of carbon dioxide. That is why carbon dioxide does not get leaked out of the bundle sheath cells, and in the bundle sheath cells, the carbon dioxide is fixed by Rubisco to form glucose. If you see the diagram now, this is how the breath you have to see. Bundle sheath cells, bundle sheath cells Bundle sheath is a sheath that is surrounding the xylem and phloem in the center, and they are having a granule chloroplast surrounded by the mesophyll cells which are having granule chloroplasts. So the mesophyll cells now will be fixing the atmospheric carbon dioxide and converting it into 4-carbon compound called as oxaloacetic acid, and that is given to the bundle sheath cells. There the bundle sheath cells will be having Rubisco enzyme further that will be fixing the carbon dioxide and converting the carbon dioxide into glucose. How that happens exactly we will be seeing now. So in C3 plants, the first step is light dependent reaction where Rubisco enzyme will be converting it into 3-phosphoglycerate we have seen earlier. Now this Rubisco is having a dual nature, that is it can fix both carbon dioxide and oxygen. So if there is oxygen level more, the Rubisco will be doing another process called as photorespiration. To avoid that, C4 plants, to increase the concentration of CO2 around the Rubisco, they are undergoing this cycle. So the organic acid, that whatever I told, that when the carbon dioxide is fixed in the C4 plants, it is giving rise to a 4-carbon compound called as oxaloacetic acid. This will diffuse. This oxaloacetic acid can convert itself into malate or the other compound, and it is getting diffused through plasmodesmata into the bundle sheath cells. In the bundle sheath cells, they are getting decarboxylated and CO2 is released. So, in the mesophyll cells, when the carbon dioxide is fixed again, that is entering into the bundle sheath cells and getting decarboxylated, where C3 pathway undergoes in the bundle sheath cells. Depending upon the type of the decarboxylation occurring, there are 3 types of C4 cycles seen. That is NADP me type, NAD me type, and PEPCK type. There are 3 types of C4 pathway depending upon the decarboxylation occurring. We will be seeing that in the further slides. NADP me type, NAD me type will be sometimes variable by PEPCK type. So the examples of C3 cycles are maize, sugarcane, millet, etc. We will be seeing now that in the further slides. Coming to the NADP me type. The first step in the NADP me type is that particular carbon dioxide is taken in the form of HCO3. It's taken in the form of HCO3 and it is fixed by the plant, that is PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate, with the enzyme called as PEP carboxylase, and it is getting converted into the first stable compound called as oxaloacetic acid. So in the diagram it will be clear that the carbon dioxide is taken into the plant, into the mesophyll cells, in the form of HCO3 minus, and getting converted into the first stable compound called as oxaloacetic acid in the presence of an enzyme called as phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. This oxaloacetic acid will be converting itself into malate. That means this particular oxaloacetic acid present in the cytoplasm will now enter into the chloroplast of the mesophyll cells. There, the oxaloacetic acid is going to convert itself into malic acid. Malic acid is also a 4-carbon compound. Here, it is utilizing the energy that is formed in the light reaction called as NADPH. So here the enzyme will be hydrogenase. Now the malic acid will come out of the chloroplast of the mesophyll cell and enter into the chloroplast of the bundle sheath cell. In the bundle sheath cell, the malic acid now again takes a malic enzyme that is dependent on NADP, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate dependent malic enzyme, and gets decarboxylated to form carbon dioxide and pyruvic acid. This carbon dioxide that is released in the bundle sheath cell will be fixed now into the Calvin cycle, that is nothing but the C3 cycle to produce glucose O6. Now this pyruvic acid, as malic acid is a 4 carbon compound and it is lost 1 carbon compound, pyruvic acid will become a 3 carbon compound. This 3 carbon compound will come out of the chloroplast of bundle sheath cell and enter into the chloroplast of the mesophyll cell. Here it is going to take the energy called as ATP in the presence of an enzyme called kinase. PBDK means phosphoenol pyruvic dikinase and converts itself into phosphoenol pyruvic acid. This phosphoenol pyruvic acid comes out of the chloroplast of the mesophyll cell and will be ready to take the carbon dioxide, and again this cycle continues. This is because the Rubisco enzyme is present inside the bundle sheath cells and it has to undergo carboxylation reaction to provide carbon dioxide for Rubisco enzyme. The plants are fixing the carbon dioxide in the mesophyll and sending it to the bundle sheath cells. The next type is the NADME type. In NADME type, here NADME type, this is the mesophyll cell, this is the bundle sheath cell. Now, in the cytoplasm of the mesophyll cell, carbon dioxide is fixed in the form of HCO3 as we saw in the NADP cycle. The same, it is fixed by phosphoenol pyruvic acid in the presence of carboxylase enzyme to form stable compound, that is nothing but 4 carbon compound. This is mesophyll cell, this is bundle sheath cell. So this 4 carbon stable compound oxaloacetic acid now gets transferred into aspartic acid. This aspartic acid is an amino acid formed from oxaloacetic acid by a reaction called as aminotransferase. That is why the enzyme used here is aspartic acid aminotransferase. This aspartic acid will now enter directly into the mitochondria of the bundle sheath cells. This aspartic acid now will again get converted into oxaloacetic acid by the same aminotransferase reaction. Here it is forming into an amino acid aspartic acid because oxaloacetic acid cannot directly pass through the mesophyll cell into the bundle sheath cell. That is why the oxaloacetic acid will get converted into aspartic acid and then it will move into the mitochondria and later it again gets converted into oxaloacetic acid back. Now this oxaloacetic acid will get converted into malic acid with the enzyme called as hydrogenase. Again this malic acid, as we saw in the NADP cycle, will release out 1 carbon dioxide into the chloroplast of the bundle sheath cells in the presence of an enzyme called as malic enzyme, that is NAD dependent malic enzyme. As malic acid is 4 carbon compound and it is releasing out 1 carbon dioxide, it is going to give a 3 carbon compound called as pyruvic acid into the cytoplasm of the bundle sheath cells. This pyruvic acid cannot transfer to the wall, so it is getting converted into another amino acid called as alanine. The same reaction, that is aminotransferase reaction, and the enzyme is alanine aminotransferase. This alanine will enter into the mesophyll cells and again it gets converted back into the same molecule, that is 3 carbon molecule called as pyruvic acid with the same aminotransferase reaction. This pyruvic acid will enter into the chloroplast of the mesophyll cells and it is going to take the ATP in the presence of an enzyme called as phosphoenol pyruvic dikinase and convert it into phosphoenol pyruvic acid. This phosphoenol pyruvic acid comes out of the chloroplast into the cytoplasm of mesophyll and again enters into the reaction. This is the cyclic reaction and here the carbon dioxide is fixed. If one glucose molecule, that is C6H12O6 molecule, should be formed, 6 times the C4 cycle should run, because once the cycle is running, it is giving only one carbon dioxide. It is giving only one carbon dioxide. So to give us glucose molecules, this particular complete cycle should run 6 times, so that 6 carbon dioxides are given into the C3 cycle. This is involving NADME enzyme, that is why it is called as NAD type of cycle. Here in PEP-CK type, the same again, the carbon dioxide is fixed in the mesophyll cells by phosphoenol pyruvic acid with an enzyme called as phosphoenol pyruvic carboxylase, and that particular one. So here carbon dioxide is fixed by phosphoenol pyruvic acid with an enzyme called as phosphoenol pyruvic carboxylase to form oxaloacetic acid. This oxaloacetic acid will form aspartic acid by aminotransferase, and this aspartic acid will enter into the cytoplasm of the bundle sheath cells with an then again it gets converted into 4-carbon compound oxaloacetic acid. Here oxaloacetic acid is directly getting converted into phosphoenol pyruvic acid, and it is going to give carbon dioxide out. This carbon dioxide is entering into the chloroplast of the bundle sheath cells directly, and it is entering into the C3 cycle. Here also the oxaloacetic acid is converting into malic acid, and the malic acid is entering into the mitochondria of the bundle sheath cells, and also it is converting into pyruvic acid directly to give rise to carbon dioxide out. This carbon dioxide is entering into the chloroplast of the bundle sheath cells again, and it is entering into the C3 cycle for the carbon fixation, that is Kelvin cycle. Now the pyruvic acid comes back into the cytoplasm of the bundle sheath cells, forming alanine by an enzyme called as alanine transferase. Alanine enters into the cytoplasm back into of the mesophyll cells and converts itself into pyruvic acid. Also the phosphoenol pyruvic acid enters back into the mesophyll and again in turn completes the C4 cycle. Here the very important thing we have to see is the PEP-CK enzyme, that is phosphoenol pyruvase kinase enzyme, because it is utilizing the ATP. That is why the cycle is very different from the other two cycles. The efficiency of C4 cycle. The cycle is mostly seen in sugarcane, maize, sorghum plants. Normally C3 cycle is utilizing 3 ATP molecules per carbon dioxide. Here C4 cycle will be utilizing 2 ATP molecules per carbon dioxide. So totally 5 ATP molecules, because both the cycles are happening. That is why total amount of ATP utilized in this cycle will be 30 ATP molecules, and total NADH used will be 12 NADPH utilized, because per carbon dioxide molecule 2 NADPH are used, so 6 into 2 it will be 12 NADH. So totally in the complete cycle, C4 cycle, for formation of one glucose molecule, that is C6H12O6, 30 ATP and 12 NADPH2 are utilized. There are about 8,000 mononet plant species that are using a C4 carbon fixation. Among most commonly monocots are there when compared to dicots, mostly Poaceae, that is the grasses members, maize, sugarcane, sorghum, various kinds of millets. Also there are some dicots like Caryophyllales order, Chenopodiaceae family and Amaranthaceae family. Also Cyperaceae, Asteraceae, Euphobiaceae, Brassicaceae, the daisy, spurge, cabbage families are present in this C4 cycle, which are showing the C4 pathway. Now there is one particular research going on, converting of C3 plants into C4 plants by a group of scientists, because the C4 plants are showing more efficient carbon dioxide fixation and glucose formation, because it is showing both the C3 and C4 cycles. So this rice project is being done because rice is the common and important food for human beings in the world. So they are trying to convert the rice plant into a C4 plant. Still research is going on because it could produce, if C4 rice is produced, it could produce 50% more grains and can be grown with less water and nutrients, because you all know now rice plants requires more and more amount of water. Hope for the best that C4 rice will be formed soon. And that's all for C4 cycle. Thank you, students.